Teasing.
So I don't have to say anything.
You can be silent if you like. Huh?
Just made me think of
Well, that got recorded. Good for you.
it's juvenile humor.
Is that me? So the idea here is that this coming weekend, I'm going to be interviewing somebody. And in that interview, we are going to be in multiple locations. And I need to make sure that works. Yeah,
So I'm your interviewee at the moment.
you are. You are. And so you're on my phone. Geez, I hope you can keep it stiller than what you are. You're gonna make.
I'm around, but I can.
Okay, good. Yeah. Yeah. So here we are. Oh my gosh, there's like 1,500 people. Oh, you shouldn't say that about her. No, that's, whoa. Oh my gosh. No, she's happily married. Oh, Lord, help us all. Who are you people? I thought I knew you. Who are you looking at? Why are you looking over there? Look at the camera.
It's your interviewee to be able to look over at you and give you the.
No, he will be in another location entirely. He'll be in another location entirely. Yeah. Can I see that real quick? Yeah.
Like physically, you need it in your hand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Switch to data. So because we're both streaming from the same thing. Oh, come on.
It's okay.
Oh, now you froze up. Now you froze up. You're completely frozen. Frozen. Let's see what happens. Oh, there you are. You're back now. Yeah, it's still not great.
It's bad.
Yeah. Oh well.
Is it our internet?
Yeah. So I think I'm gonna have to pick a different location to do this.
Right.
I'll have to make sure that he's at a good location as well for online stuff. Yeah.
Where's he gonna be? Where did you say he was?
He's a local. He's a local historian.
Yeah.
And he's going to be talking about the Black Loyalists experience, in particular, Pastor David George. And we're going to use it as an opportunity to raise money to, I keep looking at you because you're sitting over there. We're going to use it as an opportunity to raise money to have a plaque
Right.
in David George's honor made.
Had you guys talked about meeting in person?
Well, kind of, but I just don't think that's, with COVID and everything else, I don't think it's a good idea. And so one way or another, we were going to be using some form of multi-camera situation. So if we're going to go multi-cam, then we might as well go multi-locations.
Right. Might as well.
Right.
Especially if you can both find a place with good internet.
Right. And surely to God, somewhere in Shelburne County, we can find a place with good internet. Surely.
Oh, I know some Shirleys I like.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Very good. Who? What Shirleys do you know that you like?
I just don't know if if they want to be called out.
Oh,
Publicly.
so it's okay to say their first name, but you're not gonna humor us with the rest. No, I'm teasing. Yeah, we've got some really good Shirleys in our life. I've always had, for some reason, I've always had really good Shirleys in my life. I had some really interesting, really dynamic Shirleys in my life. Always, they've always been there. I think it's like my guardian angel. Shirley is my guardian angel. That's the name of my guardian. Some people have Michael, some people have Gabriel. I got Shirley.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. We're not going into exaggeration here at all.
Not at all.
Good.
No, very, very few.
Keep it real.
Absolutely. Let's keep it real. Yeah.
Oh.
So this is a test. This is only a test. And I'm curious. Oh, 13 people are watching us. 13 people are current. 12. Somebody left. See, you made them leave. You made them leave. They thought you were laughing at them, not with them.
I think it was because you were going on.
13. We're back to 13. Magic 13. Oh, back to 12. They didn't like. See, maybe it's probably me. It's probably me that they're. Yeah. Oh, 13 again. If you happen to be watching this, if you could do me a favor, could you make a comment? I think I have the paid comments turned off for this, but I just want to make sure that we can see comments coming through. So if you're out there, internet people or the choir or any group like that, or just some straggler that happened to come across something crazy, if you could leave a comment, that would help me because it would show me if the system's currently working. It says that there's 17 of you out there right now. Wow. Yeah, that's right. Oh, 18.
So are you going to interview me or what?
Okay. So I understand that you have an extensive history, an extensive education. You went to Moody. The Moody Institute.
The Moody Bible Institute.
The Moody Bible Institute. So Nanaya went to the Moody Bible Institute. And from there, you spent time in Russia, and you spent time in Russia, and you were with the Navigators when you went to Russia.
Yes.
And then you went to Manitoba. And what university did you attend in Manitoba?
I was at the seminary, Providence Theological Seminary. There is also a university connected to that seminary. But I was doing my grad work, yeah. Excellent.
And you have a master's degree in counseling.
Yes.
So despite all that experience, your life kind of sort of started, your life began really about 10 years ago, 11 years ago. Yeah, it'd be 11 years ago this month. And that's when your life began, when you met me.
11 years ago this month. Okay, right, because it was February that we met face to face.
Yeah, that we hooked up. You can let the internet people know.
We didn't know.
The internet people know.
No.
They know.
You did kiss me despite my wishes.
Despite your, that is not fair.
I made myself perfectly clear. And you just went ahead.
Did you really?
Yeah, I know you weren't listening. It's okay.
That seems really gross. I'm sorry.
I'm used to it. I love you.
That's horrible of me.
Oh, and I just outed you in front of all these
people. You did. Now they're gonna know me to. Now they're gonna know me to be a monster. They're not supposed to know that I'm a monster. When I first met you in the airport, I remember I called you Nania.
Did you?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. And I called you Nania because I honestly, Like we were talking online for weeks and I had no idea how to pronounce your name.
Well, we had chatted on the phone.
Yeah, but it's not like you called up and said, "Hi, my name's Nanaya, and this is how you."
Oh.
Yeah, so I had no. It took months before I figured out how to pronounce your name. And at the time, they didn't have like the Google search where you could say, "Hey, how do I pronounce this?"
It's just normally I kind of lead with that. I say, yeah, so my name's Nanaya. It rhymes with papaya because otherwise it's really hard to figure out. I just lead with that all the time. I thought I would have done that on with you, but
Hey, so internet people, the choir, all you folks out there. So we've got Daniel from Dallas and Julie from Kansas and Michael's out there and Ivy Seabreeze is out there and Venix is out there from Belgium and Maureen from Switzerland. And let's see, Arthur's with us. And Morthana Little says, "Hi, Reverend Ed. So nice to see your gorgeous wife, Nanaya. She's so lovely."
Oh.
Well,
thank you.
Nice to see you like a dress up. Yeah, I am absolutely dressed up today. This, by the way, if you're just popping in, this is an experiment. On Saturday, I'm going to be interviewing a local historian about the Black Loyalists who arrived here in Shelburne back in the late 1700s and what their experiences would have been like, and some of his thoughts and things like that. Now, he promises, the gentleman's name is Graham, and Graham promises that his ideas are a little bit controversial. So I'm excited to hear what he has. And terrified. I'm excited and terrified to hear what he has to say. So yeah, but that'll be Saturday. And I think it'll be around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, Eastern Standard Time.
Which is an hour ahead of.
Now we know each other, and now we know you're a lech. Yes, see, that's what yes, that's what happens. You invite your wife online and now the whole world knows you're a lech. She'll probably tell you that I wear my socks to bed too and all that other stuff. Hello from San Antonio. We can drink the water now. Yeah, yay, San Antonio. That's awesome. Fantastic news. And Northern California, I'm not even going to try to pronounce our friend's name from Northern California. T-Fod, T-Hog, T-Mfoth. Yeah, so that will be interesting. And yes, Julie, you made mention about turning on the ability to donate. So one of the people that, I'm not sure if you caught the video by Bothered Boy earlier or last week, and we talked about an old pastor, an African-American pastor who was here in Shelburne back in the 1700s during what's known as the Shelburne race riots. His name was David George, a well-respected, renowned pastor, not just here, but right across Nova Scotia and even into the United States and other parts of Canada. Graham would like to have a plaque made in Pastor George's honor. And so whatever donations come in on Saturday during our live chat, those donations will go towards the cause of having this plaque made. So I'm really excited about that. Better than having my socks on the floor. We've had that conversation from time to time. A lot. She doesn't like my socks being on the floor at all. Yeah, gonna have to add that to my calendar. Please add that to your calendar. That would be fantastic. Hello down there in Pennsylvania, Joan. I hope everything your way is good. And Joseph from Arkansas, good to see you guys here. This is fantastic. This is fantastic. Now, for what it's worth, now that we have this technology sort of up and running and working, one of the other thing that I want to do is I spoke to somebody the other day about feminist theology. I'm not a feminist theologian. I know a little bit about it, but I don't know enough about it. And however, I do have access to a bunch of feminist theologians that would happily come in And so we're gonna talk. I'm gonna talk to some of my friends about coming in and doing a live conversation about feminist theology. Another one that I really want to do, and I don't know if he's watching this, he's probably not, but there's a professor at the Atlantic School of Theology in Halifax who I was fortunate enough to sit in a lecture with, where he talked about Christian anarchy. And I'm fascinated by that. I'm fascinated by opening that up. And so I'm hoping he'll come and do a little chat with us as well to talk about Christian anarchy and how that is scripturally based, and how Jesus is an anarchist. That's like my dream in life. And then there'll be other things as well. Next, we are planning on doing it Saturday at 2:00 Eastern Standard Time, right, Nanaya? Yeah, Eastern Standard Time. I don't know how that translates. I don't know how that translates to Belgium.
It's an hour ahead of New York time.
So it's an hour ahead of New York time. I don't know if that helps you in Belgium. Howdy, Edgar in Dallas. Holy jump. Shauna from the Highlands of Scotland. Time to knit your own socks. Yeah. Now, Shauna in Scotland, just because you're reaching out from Scotland, my family is originally, a great deal of my family is originally from Edinburgh, and a lot of them have since moved to Glasgow. And I was this close to going to Glasgow last year to seeing one of my favorite YouTube artists, a guy by the name of Leo. Can't pronounce his last name, from Sweden. He takes pop hits and he makes them into heavy metal. And he was playing in Glasgow, so I was hoping to get to that. Someone wants to talk about Christian anarchy. Neat. I just talked to myself. We can work on that if you ever want to get together, Arthur. We can work on that whole talking to yourself thing. Mike, yeah, it's a rabbit hole and a half. It absolutely is. But I think there's something liberating in Christian theology that adds itself to anarchy. Yeah, this is really cool. I don't know why, but it feels like I'm, when I do videos and release them and I read your comments and I get to interact a little bit, that's one thing that's pretty cool. It's something different entirely when I see you showing up on the screen. Yeah, it's kind of cool. It feels like we're closer somehow. Anyhow, so Nanaya, back to you. So your life began 11 years ago when you met me. Hey, can you tell me a little bit about why did you decide to go to Russia? Of all places to go when you were younger, why did you decide to go to Russia?
I thought you were going to ask me why I decided to enter into a long-term relationship with you.
Well, look at me. Everybody gets it.
No brainer.
Sorry, let me real quick. Vegematic just signed in from London, Ontario. Nanaya, when I rescued her, she was in Lucan, Ontario, which is like 15 minutes away from London, Ontario. Sorry, go ahead, Nanaya. Russia. Tell us about Russia.
Dear Lord. Russia was kind of just a bit of a chance. I had finished college and I was feeling a little bit lost, and I had an acquaintance in my life who invited me to go on a short-term mission trip to Russia, and I said, heck yeah, sure, I don't know what else I'm doing. So I went and I fell in love with the people and the place and the culture, and I had this feeling that maybe this was for me, but I decided to go back. I went back on 3 more short-term trips, so we're talking like a month-long trip, and kind of confirmed for me each time that, yeah, I think this really is where it's at for me for my next step in life. So I signed on for a 2-year term, and I moved over not knowing any Russian except the basics, and I learned the language, and I learned to get around, and it was a really amazing place to kind of grow up. I feel like I went as a bit of a child. I was in my early 20s, and I really grew up there pretty fast.
Your early 20s In Russia. Wow. Okay. I wonder, is there anybody out there watching from Russia? I see Janine from Melbourne, Australia. Hello, Janine. Wow. That's cool. Um, let's see who else is. Oh, Claire from Virginia Beach. Love Virginia Beach. Got to Virginia Beach a lot when I was living in North Carolina. Fantastic place. Um, Arthur wants to know if you smuggled Bibles.
Well, I did not. When I went to Russia, the Iron Curtain had fallen already, so there was no need for that. There was actually a like kind of the opposite end of the spectrum as far as an openness to spirituality and an openness to the sacred text and that kind of thing. So there were no issues that way.
Right. Well, because then he replied with, "I missed out on a Russia trip in the '90s to go and smuggle Bibles to the USSR."
Ah.
Yeah. And Silver Ghost is signing in from Mansfield, Texas. Silver Ghost, are you okay in Texas? How you making out down there? We just heard that San Antonio, you're allowed to drink the water again. That's great news. And Norton, Massachusetts, Jeff from Norton, Massachusetts. I said this the other day. My brother-in-law, fantastic guy, Joe. His family, I believe, is from a place called Leominster, and him and my sister work together in Worcester, Massachusetts. I think that's about as close as I'm going to get to a Massachusetts accent. Yeah. It's 67 degrees where Claire is in Virginia Beach. Lucky.
So jealous.
So jealous. We have sunny sky. Well, we have a couple of patches of sunny sky, and we're out. Nanaya has been outside doing yoga in her big, thick, heavy winter coat. People walking down the street, standing, taking pictures of it. It's wild. Kelly in Southern California. Wow, Southern Cal. I love so. Is In-N-Out Burger still just a Southern California thing? When I think I spent like 3 weeks in the LA area doing training, and every meal I could possibly get, I was at In-N-Out Burger. Just fantastic. I pronounced it all correct. Thank you, Jeff. Michael is in Rhode Island. How come I didn't know you were in Rhode Island? It's snowing. Nancy says it's snowing in Ottawa. Nancy, you can keep the snow. I am perfectly 81 degrees in Dallas, Texas yesterday. Oh, wow. Okay, so I guess you guys are over that polar snap. Good. That's good. Anyway, folks, it looks like this is working. I don't know what I did. Maybe I have to write the first comment in order to free it up somehow. But I'm really excited about this Saturday. I think it's going to be pretty cool. Everyone, thank you all for being here. Thanks for being our guinea pigs. I will have Nanaya back on. I was going to call you Nyla. It's that father brain kicks in. I'll call you every child we have. But then I will bring Nanaya back on in the future to talk about how great I am and to talk about her experiences, being this close to all this. Yeah. Anyhow, everybody, thank you all very much. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you. May the Lord's face be made to shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord's countenance be lifted up to you. May you always know the peace of being in the Lord's presence. And I pray that you know how thankful I am for all of you and for all that you do to enrich my life, the life of my parish, and that you give me such inspiration from all over the whole world. It's awesome. God bless you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.